month of July. So with those $50, you can use it literally any way you want. A great way to do it is as an incentive to help people to get off the fence. If they're thinking about it, maybe an extra $25 is just going to help them move that needle. And yeah, let's start today. Why wait? I have an extra little bonus. So you can reach out to those who have maybe been curious but haven't quite jumped on yet, and say, hey, I've got an extra little incentive for you. I've got $25 for anybody who gets signed up with the program before Friday. I know that you've been thinking about it. That could be you. Where are you at with that? What can I do to help you come to a decision? And so that is one thing. And then remember, UBT, what counts as a UBT, if you guys want to drop in the chat what you remember that counts as the UBT now, because we have basically 3 different ways to get the UBT. There's a simple way to think about it, and then we can list out the 3 if anybody wants to just drop it in the chat. Or Mari, you're in the car, so you can just say it out loud.
Thank you.
I don't want you to driving and texting.
Yes, this is an amazing month with the company allowing us to do the ULT, which is someone on the subscription, and then you can do the DLT, the daily, the 269, which is 1 meal replacement a day. But this month we can do $250 a month and mix and match. If people not ready for the 386, 385.90, 384.95, they can buy $250 worth of products, and it counts as a UBT. So that's 500 points. It's just amazing.
Awesome.
And why not doing it? We're getting this nice bonus from us.
From Melissa and myself. It's always me and Melissa. She supports us in this. But it's so awesome. And as well, so you said it perfectly. The ULT, the LTD, and anything over $250. Really, that simplifies the way we think about it. Anything over $250 counts as a UBT, and we don't have to remember all the acronyms if that's like complicated for us. Just remember anything over $250. Fantastic. And it's the first order of that customer with a qualifying order. So they could have ordered a Biomedic in the past or a Sleep Nightly in the past, but let's say right now they decide to go ahead and get started with something over $250. That will count as their first UBT, as the UBT, that first order qualifying order. Okay, so I think we're clear on that. So just congratulations across the board for so many. Oh, and I want to shout out also Mari Lazaro, because she also has 2 UBTs for the month. Donald has a UBT this month. Kat Gregory has a UBT this month. I mean, there's so many. Claudia Rubio, like that. Those were other ones that I forgot to name earlier. So just congratulations across the board, because there have been so many. So we can if you're at 1 for the week, then do everything you can to hit that fee, earn those extra $50. Now, when you hit 10 in a month, you also get an extra 1,000 points on top of that. So you could literally hit UBT the next 2 weeks. That's an extra 1,000. If you get 10 between now and the end of the month, that's an extra 1,000. And that can mean the gap between where you are and where you want to be, hitting a new rank and getting a new goal. And if you're out of your fast starts, every time you hit a new rank, you get half of that fast start bonus as a one-time bonus. So there is always reasons to keep working towards your next rank. Keep working towards that, because the company wants to continue to reward you. So, okay, so now let's jump into a little bit of just, last week we talked about building out that 90-day summer plan. What am I going to do between now and the end of August, the end of September? And I put the chart in our WhatsApp group if you want to take a look at that and go over it. But the question was to really understand your goal I want to be, where do I want my business to be by the end of the summer, and get specific with it, a title, your volume, certain number of brand partners, certain number of new customers that you've helped. You decide what that goal is, but be specific about it. What are my daily, weekly numbers, which is really important, a certain number of reach outs, a certain number of follow-ups, a certain number of new messages sent to prospects on social media, and then who's holding me to it? Who am I working with for accountability and support? Yes, our upline, but sometimes we also may need family support. We also may need sideline support. If we find ourselves working in the same schedule as somebody else on the team, and you're like, let's buddy up and help each other reach our goals this month, to keep each other accountable, that is really a fabulous way to just support each other and support the team. So make sure to go and check out that chart, or you can also use that in comparison with your action declaration that you did at the beginning of July, and see again, am my actions lining up? Am I where I want to be? What can I do between now and the end of the month to close the gap? I will share with you what my goal has been, and I told my upline, Melissa, very clear that I'm trying to get in 10 Zooms with new prospects every single week, and that is a really hard goal to achieve. That's 10 brand new people that I've never met before, coming in off of LinkedIn, coming in off of Instagram, meeting with them, and starting a business relationship, a business friendship. And I've had a number of those calls, and they have been excellent, but I'm setting myself a high goal because I don't want my actions to dip in this month. So I'm just letting you know, this is my goal, and I'm doing everything that I can to achieve it, but that means every single day, even after, I had a 12-hour day today, but even after that, still getting and spending my time at, even just 30 minutes, but in that prospecting, it's building that muscle and keeping me strong. So anything that you guys want to share as far as what your wins may have been, like you set a goal and you followed through, or something that you want to be accountable for, that you want to share with the group, you can raise your hand, and we'd love to hear from you what you're putting in front of yourself for the month of July. Anybody want to share? Putting you all on the spot. Okay, Mom.
This is a much smaller goal, but I had a goal of inviting people to come to your program that you had on Sunday. And I had one come. Yay. And it was someone I had met at a grocery store, and we had a conversation over a head of organic cauliflower. And that's how it started. It was probably a year and a half ago or something. Anyways, just kind of developed slowly. But she came to that program, and she really enjoyed it. She had a lot of questions. I called her after, and she asked for a lot of information, which I have sent to her. Then we're going to reconnect.
Oh, yay! That is so awesome. Just following the system. You met somebody in you obviously stayed in contact because it's been a year and a half since that original meeting, so you didn't, they didn't give you an immediate yes, but you just kind of kept drip a little bit here at a time. She finally accepted an invite, and then you called her immediately after and did that follow-up. Those are all the steps. Like, that's it. That's all you got to do. That's great. Wonderful. Okay. Marty, and then Brenda, and then Kathy.
Thank you, Tabitha. I set my goal, with the intention that wherever I go, even though I do it all the time, but sometimes, I've been talking to everyone about, that I have an online nutrition business. So it's a goal, and then getting the information and inviting them to the Monday getting good responses, even though didn't show up. You know, I have to be very honest, and but guess what? I'm continuing to follow up with them. And also, some people said, you know, I'm learning because there's other people that I'm gonna go back to them because I know they're in stores that I shop regularly. So this lady yesterday, she is doing another diet, you know, from that I never heard before. So I'm gonna do just actively, you know, sharing, and not just a nutrition business that I have an online nutrition business, but that I looking for people like them that are in customer service, that have good customer service to, if they're looking for ways to supplement their income or create a second income. And I'm gonna go every day of the week. I'm not gonna stay home. I'm gonna get out and really start conversations. And I'm gonna follow. That's her name. I'm sorry. Clemens. All I can think of her last. You know, I'm at. Is it Clemens? I can think of her name. Danielle. I was gonna say differently. Sorry, Danielle. But I know your phone, your last name. So that's what I've been doing, supporting my team. That's what my goal. I thank you for hosting the call with me on Sunday. We had incredible show-ups. We had 22 people. And Christina has already got 2 UETs from, you know, that Sunday. And she's going on vacation tomorrow. And it's all about, even though you're going on vacation, I love what she says, and she's telling her clients, friends and clients now, that she's going on vacation, but she's still gonna, you know, text them, she's still gonna, when they did the boxes, she was even going on vacation. So this is the kind of mindset that we have, that we don't want to stop sharing this business, even though we're you know, on vacation.
I love it. Yeah, we don't stop sharing because, I mean, why would we? People need help everywhere. So we can carry that with us. Awesome. And Mari, you did such a good job on the call on Sunday. It was like, I mean, just wrap with a bow, just perfect. I had so many nice comments I had a couple of customers, possible VP prospects who were on the call who just said, wow, that was so well done. I loved the stories. I loved the shares. It was so calm. And it was only 30 minutes. You like stuck exactly to the time frame. So anyway, I just wanted to shout you out, Marta. That was such a good call. Okay, Brenda and then Cassie.
Well, I have a number of things I want to work on, and one of them is the ULT practitioner script that Danielle has provided us, because there are a ton of chiropractors and functional practitioners in this area. So it's been so hot here that I have no desire to get out if I don't have to. But I'm also going to be going into areas that normally I frequent when it's nice weather, and just really reach out. And then I'm also going to be, my husband just got home, working on my social media, because I hate being in front of the camera. So all morning this morning, it took me 2 hours to work on one live, not live, but a video of me talking. And I'm still struggling, but we'll see how that goes. So I have 2 of those I want to get done this week.
I'm so proud of you, Brenda. That is hard, hard, hard to get on with your face on camera. I remember those days. I honestly, at this point, I'm like, you know what? However it comes is how it comes. I don't have time to do it twice. I just go for it. But I remember just that panic when you got to get on camera. So actually, we're going to talk about how to do a little bit of social media training in just a few minutes. So that'll be next.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got this. Okay, Cassie, then Donald, and then we'll jump into social media. So hold on, let's see. Let me see if I can ask you to unmute, Cassie. Maybe that'll work better. It seems like,
Yes.
yeah.
It wouldn't, and yeah, it wouldn't let me unmute for some reason. Okay, so I feel you, Brenda, on that social media. That's one of the things that I am working on. I learned, like, I did one a few weeks ago, and I didn't rewatch it. I just posted it because I find that when I watch it, I will critique it, and it's not good enough, or I don't like how I look, or what I said, or how I said something, so I just posted it. And because of that, I had people calling me, oh, I like your post, people that, you know, that I know, of course, but they were like, oh, I like your post, and, I mean, you did such a good job, and I'm like thinking to myself, I didn't, but they liked it, so, and then I was able to get a few prospects from it because of that post, so, and then today, Monty and I are about to get on a call at 3 o'clock with someone that saw my post, and she sent me a message, and she's interested in the program, and so we're going to be connecting at 3 o'clock today, so, and it was because of my post, so it just really encouraged me to just do it anyway, like, just don't, you know, think about it too hard, just do it, you know, because you just never know who's listening and who you can help. And this friend, she really needs a lot of help. She's really going through a lot of things right now. And so if for no other reason, do it for that reason, because, you know, you never know who you can help and, you know, what people are going through. And that's one of the other things that I want to do is be more, start more conversations, which I've been really working on that. And that's been working out because a lot of people, it feels more natural when you just have a conversation and you're listening to people and they start telling you about what they're dealing with, and it just makes it easier for you to share with them, especially when they bring it up first. You know, for me, that's how it works better for me, because otherwise sometimes I feel like I'm being, not that I am, but I feel it, like I'm being salesy or something, and that's one of my fears. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to sell them something. I'm trying to help them, and I want them to see that. That's what my intentions are, is to help them. So just starting the conversation and just, yeah, that's one of the things that and following up. That's another thing. I have so many people that I need to follow up with. It's just ridiculous. That's one of the things I gotta just set aside the time and do better with my time management and things like that too, because I get busy doing so many things, and then, you know, before I know it, the day is gone, and, you know, I haven't, you know, called the people that I need to call and whatever.
Okay, so there's so many gems we can pull out of what Cassie just shared. Number one, it's not about us. Remember, is not about us. When we take the focus off of ourselves, and I'm doing this because somebody needs to hear from me today. Nobody else is going to tell them. Somebody needs to hear me or my story, or maybe they just trust me. They just connect with me. They need to hear something that I have to share with them. And so turn the spotlight off of yourself. Remember, it's not about us. We're not doing this because we want people to, we want to be, you know, Instagram famous. We literally just want to find the people that need our help. And so that's very important, and that's exactly what you said, Cassie. Second thing is, if you have a list that is like Cassie's, that you say, okay, I've got a follow-up list and it is long, then you set a goal, a daily goal. I'm going to call 3 follow-ups. I'm going to call 5 of my follow-ups. I'm going to sit down from 10 to 10:30, and I'm just going to boom, 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 boom. Go through those. Don't drag it out. Do it. Have you guys ever heard of that book, Eat the Frog? Maybe you need to go and check out that book, Eat the Frog. Do the thing that stresses you, or maybe not stresses, but is the hardest, the first thing. That way you're done. For the rest of the day, you've already done the hardest thing. That's why so many entrepreneurs work out the first thing in the morning, because that's the hardest thing they'll do all day. And everything else is going to get easier from there. So the hardest thing that you got to do which might be those follow-ups to the very first thing, and then the other things are going to feel like cakewalk after that. Okay, Donald and Tammy.
Okay, I try to keep this pretty short because it's 100 degrees outside right now.
Oh my.
But yeah, you know, I constantly focusing on creating just networking in my area, and I love Danielle's story about the calling of you know, because there's so many holistic places literally within a stone's throw of everywhere I live. So I love that part. Well, so I actually have an event this Saturday because of me not shutting up about how great, you know, everything is. I have two that are scheduled in October now, and I was actually invited to do a podcast next Friday with one of the men that I met from the Free Men's Workout Group. He does promotions, and so I will next Friday actually I'll be on a podcast to talk about the importance of nutrition and what, you know, what can be done, and also business part of that too. So yeah.
I love
that's my wins for the week so far.
That's a lot of wins, Donald. Awesome. Congratulations. Okay, Tammy.
Well, I just got off the phone with Dave, which was awesome. So I did one of the calls. You know, I did do it back in June, but I still want to get him on another one. But I put him on with Jacinta. She's an esthetician. Remember, she's the one we've been having issues with. She finally got back on the ULT for about 2.5 weeks now, full force. All she eliminated was the banana and the almond milk, and she's not having any issues. I don't know if that's, you know, it's, you know, she's like, I'm going to give this a go. Dave was amazing. Really talked to her about how she can just support her clients in the particular product specifically with her as an esthetician, because she's wanting to go. She was talking about affordability and things like that, you know, and that there's other products out there. But he really dove into the quality. I mean, he went into so much detail, the quality of the products and the why behind it, and what he would recommend. It was a really amazing phone call, and he really pushed her into, if you want to help pay for these products, go be a BP, share this with your clients, and you can have it paid for. So I mean, he pretty much did it for me on that one. So, and he was just so willing to do that. And so I know with Jacinta, it's been kind of a journey. We're still having conversations. She's willing to go back through the full 90 days like he requested. And then we'll go from there, you know, but at least it's trying to reach out and utilize those resources. If Dave was willing to offer, guys, we need to get him on calls. Because I've got a few more people. I'm like, I really need to get him on with a couple other people. And he was just so willing to do it. That was awesome. But to go back to Danielle, I think we've given you a lot of kudos. I really would like to do that too, of just having that script. But it's organizing everything. I think the biggest challenge for me has been, yes, Cassie, I want to call 5 to 10 people per day, and I got to actually write it down. I didn't even have time yesterday. I was training all day long. And so it's hard sometimes to find those pockets. But for me, I'm trying to look at my schedule and say, okay, during this time, I'm going to call 5 people. I'm just going to at least reach out, text them, call them, leave in a voice message, go from there. And then try to find those pockets, because that's the hardest thing, I think, with my job right now, is just finding that time. And so, but you guys, I think we're all in the same boat. We're dealing with a lot of the same things. It is then supporting each other and saying, okay, like you gave us that script, that was a game changer. It's like, okay, I can do this, you know, and what other things can we do? What else do we need where some of us can actually provide that? And so I would love to continue to do more back and forth like that of what do we need and who is willing and can provide it and offer it out and support each other. So.
Awesome, Tammy. Thank you. And It's so true. So many people are, you know, we have very busy lives. Everybody here, I know, has got loads on their plate, loads on their schedule, their calendar is packed, and it can feel like, how am I going to find time to do this? And it really is in those moments where we really feel that stress. We have to find the pockets of time and then do the income producing activities, not the busy work. That's the key, is you do the income producing activities in the pockets of time. And it is a trap to get into the busy work because that's usually the easy stuff that we can knock out in 5 minutes, but it doesn't move the needle on where we need our business to go. And so, yeah, that's my advice. And so that's why I wanted to share also the social media portion. If you guys don't mind, we run a little bit long, since you had so many beautiful shares. We'll take Mara's comment, and then I'll just give you what has been given to us through corporate and has been really a good idea. So Mara, go ahead. You want to unmute and just, can you keep it to 30 seconds, Mara? So
Yes. I thought I pushed it. Oh,
a minute.
I'm
Something like that.
trying. Okay, I
There
just
you go.
wanted to say I finally started that 12-week weight loss program yesterday. So I sent in my pictures and I'm waiting for my cocoa hydrate. And the other thing is I've been making more videos and putting more social posts, because that was one of my goals. And then the other thing is, does anybody have that script that helped everybody so much? Because I think I still need to work on my script. If someone has that and can forward it to me.
The practitioner script that
Yeah.
you're talking about, Mara?
Uh-huh.
Yes, it is back in the Team Radiate chat. If you just scroll back up to last Tuesday, or I can, click, link it back to today as well. I can do that too. But
All right.
if you just scroll back in the chat, it's there.
Awesome.
And you can also find all saved media by clicking through the Instagram handle name and then go to media, and you'll see all the photos. So that's an easy way to go back into the library.
Media.
Okay, you're welcome. So, so what I wanted to go through today was something that has been really nice for, let me close out this page and open up the correct page. Okay. From our Green Diamond call in July, one of the suggestions that was made
That's the one I made
is that
enchiladas
we
with.
take advantage of
I just cooked
our
it.
beautiful blogs that are being
Maybe it's the
given
butter.
to us on puriumblogs.com. There are fantastic blogs that Dave is writing that
Yeah, I didn't like the butter flavor.
they're beautifully done. Hopefully you all had a chance to look at them. But one of the things that was suggested for us to do is to take those blogs and to make a video about the blog, and then give people the option basically to ask us for that blog with our permalink embedded, so that they can read the blog and purchase right through there, and it's connected through to our store. You guys following me so far? Everything is clear. Okay, good. So I just wanted to give you an idea of how to do this in a very simple way. So I'm going to share my screen here. This is the Purium blog page. Right now it opens up to this article, When Life Keeps You on High Alert. So you can open up this blog, and of course you want to give it a read so that you can take in the information. Now, let's say you want to talk about the chill spray. So you would focus in on, these paragraphs here that are talking specifically about the chill spray. And what I just did this yesterday. I dropped the whole blog. I copied and pasted the whole blog into my AI. You can use Claude or ChatGPT and say, give me some talking points for a 30-second video with a strong hook and a call to action to send someone this blog article. Okay, so I'm giving my, whatever your AI is that you're using, giving it the parameters. I want it to have a strong hook at the beginning. Give me the talking points, or you can ask for a script or just talking points. And then give me the call to action at the end of sending the blog. And it gives you exactly that. And so I don't know, so yesterday I made this video. Hopefully I switched to Instagram. You can see this video that I posted yesterday, right? So you can go onto my Instagram. Again, it's not about perfection, but just, I used the talking points. It was my own words, but I used the talking points, kind of the order that Claude gave me in bullet points, so that I hit the key things and it didn't go long-winded. And with a strong hook, and then the call to action. And I put the same call to action within the caption, because it gives you the caption as well. And I had several people comment asking me for the information, asking me for either the blog article or how they can purchase the product. So what's interesting about this is the people that asked me are not strangers. There are people that are not currently my clients, but they have been hovering around my content for a while. You know, those people who watch but never comment, and this is the first time they've actually commented and said something. So you know that you hit a chord, and this is something that people are dealing with. People are dealing with stress, overwhelm, anxiety. This is very common. So it's a touch point. I've made a simple video. Then how do we kind of do that follow-up? That's the next piece. So I'm going to take you to the Purium permalinks, and I want to make sure that all of us know how to do these very simple permalinks. Okay, can you see the permalink builder? You can give me a thumbs up that you can see that? Cool. All right, so you're going to select the site, and you're going to come, in this case, we're going to go to New Purium Blog and hit Select. And then you can select, look at all the articles here. So if you talk about a GLP-1, great, you've got a blog about that and you can link to it. Sorry, mosquito. If you talk about collagen, blah, blah, blah. But in this case, the article was When Life Keeps You on High Alert. So click that with my gift code and hit Create down here. And now, to confirm that it works, you can hit Test on Site. And it's going to open it right up. So this opens right up to that blog article. And then just to verify, go ahead and click through the shop now to make sure that it connects to your store. And then in the direct message to the people that comment on your post, you send them this article, not through the stories or not sending through a link, but in a direct message to the person, you're sending them the article, and then we send the follow-up questions, which are always, we keep it the same, and we're going to go through our sales script next week on our call. We're going to go through our whole sales system, which is very simple, and it is a wash, rinse, repeat system that you can use with a person on a Connect call or on social media. So the goal is that you post something that strikes their attention, they comment a keyword, you send them a direct message, and you start the conversation, and you build the rapport. Okay, so you guys follow that simple system. It's about putting something out there that captures their eye, having them comment a keyword, and then get directly into their direct messages. Doable? Easy? Yeah, I think it's something that's very doable. And with these blogs, I think it really helps us to not feel like we have to come up with what to say. We have to know what to say. These blogs are already written, knowing what people's pain points are right now, what they're dealing with, what they're thinking about, what's top of mind. So all we need to do is get that little script so that we can, 30 seconds, share about that. And then if you want to take it to the next level, if you've understood and you do everything that I just said, take it to the next level and go into your stories and put a poll up. Just curious, how many people here deal with anxiety sometimes? How many people here deal with anxiety often? And if you give 2 options, you're going to have people click on those polls. I deal with anxiety sometimes. I deal with anxiety often. I deal with anxiety sometimes. And then maybe you, in the next story, you ask the question, what do you do when you feel stressed? Leave them a blank box. Let them write into you and tell you what their pain points are. So now I've just turned one post into a living room conversation. That's what stories are, okay? You've invited somebody into your home, you're sitting on your couch with them, and you're having a living room conversation. Your reel is, I don't know, like a garage sale. Like everybody's driving by can look at it. But your stories is who you're inviting into your house and sit down and let's have a chat. So if it's more personal, you can start a conversation that's a little bit more intimate and let them open up. And then when they answer in those questions or in those polls, again, where do you go? You go into the direct messages. Thank you so much for sharing. How long have you been dealing with that anxiety, that occasional anxiety? Is that something that you've struggled with for a long time? So I'm pulling people in off the street, I'm getting them to look at my garage sale, and then the ones that I connect with, I'm like, hey, come in, let's sit down in my couch and have a chat. And that's how you can think about social media, is the people who it's for are gonna drive by, stop, pull over, and like wanna see what you've got. When they go to your stories, they're getting a little bit deeper. Okay, so this can give you a very simple system. When you have pockets of the day, you can also, if you've got small pockets, then how many people's living rooms can you go into and comment on? Leave a meaningful comment in their living room, in their stories. You get into their stories and say, oh my goodness, so what you just shared is really impactful. You ask the question. You go into people's stories and you comment, you have now started a conversation, and this is what prospecting looks like. So you started a deeper conversation. Remember, if you're commenting on their reels, kind of like you're going by their garage sale, if you comment on their stories, they will most likely also comment on yours. There will be an interchange, right? So that can be a little goal that you set for yourself. Can I start 5 new conversations every day on Instagram and just say hi, ask a question, be a person, be social. Okay, so that is our training for today, and really what I want you to get out of this is that you have a tool in your pocket right here. When you are strapped for time, this tool, social media, allows us to prospect so that we can literally do it every day. We can't always go outside and speak to 100 people outside, but there are so many times we can start conversations right here that can lead who knows where. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording now. Before I do that, does anybody have any questions about this? Where is it? That's good. Awesome. So we will leave it there. I'm going to stop the recording.
Recording stopped.
And I'll leave you with this. So I just want to remind you that for those of us that were at the Green Diamond call, we have our Widen Your Reach due on the 24th. So make sure that you have submitted your 2 Widen Your Reach using the blog articles before the 24th. Very important. That is valuable points. And by the way, if you get invited to one of the Green Diamond calls, it is worth your time to come because you get extra incentives throughout the month. You get extra training. So if you're able to join those for the month of August, or that one training, of course, we would love to have you there. Second thing is, remember to talk to your clients about the before and after campaign, about leaving reviews. Leave reviews for them. It's 25 points for every one of your customers that you are going into their iShop and with their permission, of course. We're not going to do that randomly, but for some of my clients, they've told me, oh, I'm having such great results with the Sleep Nightly. I said, hey, what you just said, can I put that as a review on your account? We would love to have that feedback for the product. And they always say, yes, I don't mind. And I just, in a few simple sentences, whatever they said, I've written it down for them, submitted it as a review for them. But that's 25 points, right? We get points for that. So we can do that not only for ourselves, for those 4 products. It's not for everything. It's for the 4 products that are in the promo. There's one more promo I wanted to remember about. I'll put it in the chat. It's flown the coop for now. So I don't know what it was. Hold on. That's it. I can't remember. I'll put it in the chat. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate this time with you. Thank you for joining us live and for sharing all of your exciting goals. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Mastermind, 8 a.m. Pacific. We will be there. See you all then. Bye, everybody.